Throughout this strategy, the United Nations has been steadfast in its support for the Filipino people in the devastated areas, as demonstrated by the very quick response of the UN and humanitarian country teams in the immediate aftermath of the typhoon and the UN flash appeal. The flash appeal helped mobilize immediate international assistance through UN agencies, NGOs, and foreign governments for the Philippines. The flash appeal has now evolved into the Strategic Response Plan, which will supplement the government's relief and recovery efforts for the next 12 months. Your presence here, Mr. Secretary General, is a manifestation of your personal leadership, which has touched our hearts and moved us deeply. Allow me to take this opportunity to thank you, Mr. Secretary General, as well as the UN country team led by Ms. Luisa Carvalho, for its commendable dedication in addressing the needs of our people in Central Philippines. As you have seen in Tacloban during your trip yesterday, people are moving on and steadily rebuilding their lives and communities. However, we are all too aware of the enormous tasks that lies ahead of us. To this end, the Philippine government has crafted Reconstruction Assistance on Yolanda, known as RAY, to lead the great national effort to build back better from Yolanda. We welcome our continuing partnership with the United Nations and other overseas friends in realizing our vision to make the Philippines stronger and more resilient in the face of multiple and more catastrophic disasters. Under the leadership of President Aquino, we will rise above the devastation brought about by Yolanda and overcome the challenges ahead. In this regard, the Philippine model of a country-led and UN-supported reconstruction effort will be an inspiring example for all of us. We now know that Yolanda demonstrates the threat of extreme weather patterns that may be the new normal as a result of climate change. The Philippines calls on all nations, rich and poor, to come together to confront this challenge. For this reason, we fully support and will participate strongly in the Secretary General's proposed Climate Change Summit, which will be held on the 23rd of September 2014, as well as the International Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction, which will be held in Japan in 2015. Let me further commend the Secretary General for the UN's contributions to find durable solutions to peace and security problems around the world. In this regard, let me recall that the Secretary General praised President Aquino for the success of the peace process in Mindanao during their meeting yesterday. In closing, let me pay tribute to the Secretary General for his leadership and untiring efforts to promote international peace, development, and democracy, and the upholding of the dignity of all human beings. Thank you, Mr. Secretary General, and thank you to the members of the press.